This is Jonathan St. James, and you're listening to The Truth is Still Straight podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jonathan St. James, and once again, The Truth is Still Straight podcast. Before we get started, thank you. Before we get started, I want to thank all those who listen and support the show. And those people are Pedro Falcone, Tatiana Cruz, Lee Jones, Tessie, Sister Millie from the West Coast, V, Mr. Wilkes, Mahir, Milton Gonzalez, Beverly, Snotty, Reggie, Courtney, Claw, RJ, Latoya, Shelia, Michael Thomas, Darrell, Big G Galloway, Sam T, James Wilson, and Tyrone Biggs. Thank you for your support. Now, before we start, I'd like to get to the boo of the week. And it looks like it's just going to be a revolving group of people that I love to boo every week. This week is going to be Beverly. And Beverly, you're getting boo of the week. Because I'm still waiting for you to come on the show. So we'll see if she ever comes on the show. But all right, so we're going to get started. I'm going to take you to the Kevin Samuels reaction. This is another smoke video. This is on Instagram Live that he had. And it's smoke Q&A from September 21st, 2021. And let me take you to that. Already about to start. Let's give it a go. Hopefully you'll enjoy this conversation.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
She got the
How are
music
you?
in the background.
I'm doing well.
Good. What's your first name? I just saw a title.
My name is Ari.
All right. So what's the
This
disagreement,
is a
Ari?
certified hood classic.
I just want to get that out of the way.
I just have a question, if that's okay.
Yeah. How old are you, by the way?
My music.
How old are you, by the way?
I am 30.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh my.
And so I just have a question for, like, I just have seen you, I don't want to use the word ream, but I've seen you kind of like combat with women that actually do have good jobs. As a woman that's a laboratory equipment sales rep, I make good money. But like, I would be nervous to come. I guess I'm just like, I don't know. I came up here because I'm just gonna like
Well, she half dressed.
see what your thinking is. But I make good money, and honestly, I've seen you like in the past say like, well, just because you make good money, you don't look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, not look good.
What?
People in the blogs kind of talk shit about you too.
Bruh.
But you'll say like you don't look the part to have a man that is, you know, of that standard, right? And I get that. But even if so, you're saying also she doesn't make that much. I guess I kind of can't. I didn't expect to get up here.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's okay.
But I make good money, and I just feel
Okay.
like it doesn't matter what you look like, right? As long as and even the comments are kind of like negative. I don't know.
Okay. Now the comments I can't do anything about.
So here's the problem with this conversation already. So clearly, as much as she's trying to be cute on this broadcast, she doesn't particularly think much of her looks. So I'm guessing she's I don't know how to say this, but she's a little on the big side, I'm guessing. So perhaps on the big side. I can't say for sure, but I'm sure that if he asks a couple of questions, he might do one of these. And for those of you who watch Kevin Samuels quite often, you would know what that means. But she sounds a little all over the place in this conversation. She's kind of beating around the bush and not really getting to the point. Hopefully Kevin reins her in.
Can you do anything about anybody at a football stadium?
No.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna put a filter on. I'm not gonna do all that.
Okay, but I'm not worrying about the comments, ma'am. I'm talking to you. The
But yeah,
comments, ma'am, the comments are the crowd. I can't control the comment section.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I'm talking to you. I'm just trying to hear what you're saying.
That's facts.
yeah. So I just wanted to know, like, as a woman with established young lady, young professional,
What does that have to do?
Sometimes you'll say like you're still not equipped to have a man.
Now,
But
I think you're mixing. I'm trying to understand where you're going.
So now that's not facts. He doesn't say that to women at all. He's never told women that they're not equipped to have a man. Now, what he has said is something to the point of
The better question is, why can't you get a guy on your level?
now that's what he says to them, because they want someone above what they generally are. And he says this.
What kind of men are you dating?
Exactly. So the issue is that you can't get a man is a lot of times the man that you want is more valuable than what you are attract. And he's never said women can't find anyone. It's just what they're looking for.
But you're mixing a lot of different things
Facts.
together. This is why I always ask, what is the outcome that you want with a man?
The outcome is I'm 30 with no children.
Okay.
My parents were married, so I have, and we lived like the Cosbys, right?
Okay.
So of course they are divorced now.
Mhm.
But
Not like the Cosbys.
I aspire to have a man that when we get together, we get married, we have children, the whole shebang. So I haven't had a child also because.
So you want to be married?
Oh, you turned them off. Thank you. I've seen my sister struggle, right?
Okay.
And
So you want to be married? You want to be married ultimately?
Ultimately, yeah, for sure, I want to be married.
You want children?
If honestly, at my age, if he comes with children, I'm cool with that.
But do you want your own biological children?
But I do want children eventually myself. But
How many?
1 or 2.
And when you say eventually, what does that
Right.
mean?
Eventually when?
Eventually means with a man that I feel like can lead me, a man that I feel like
But what
will
age?
have an established future. I'm sorry.
But what age?
At what age?
Mm-hmm. What age would you eventually want to have children?
A lot of things can change in 365 days.
Wow.
At what age would you want to
talk about deflecting? He's asked a simple question of kind of a roundabout time. Like, when would you like to buy a house? When would you like to get married? When would you like to have children?
Stupid.
All right, let's go.
Eventually have children? I mean, I think that's a pretty basic.
31, 32 in the next year,
Okay.
2 years.
Are you dating anybody seriously towards marriage?
Nope.
No one that I would consider for marriage, no.
So the likelihood of having a child in
I
marriage.
know, it's slim. However, I just got out of a 4-year relationship.
Okay. So how long have you been watching my platform?
I've been watching your platform for about 4 months or so.
Well,
I think you were like big in the tabloids when you were like I think they were talking about you a lot. And so that's when I came to know.
But that's what the tabloids do. The tabloids don't show your humanitarian efforts. They do what they do.
That's right.
If you watch for 4 months, then you cannot tell me you've just seen me being rude.
I went on your YouTube.
The more you know, because that is 100% right. That what she's saying is totally false. And I'm thinking that when she says that she watches his show for 4 months, she's watched clips of it. Definitely couldn't be talking about that she has seen him intently, because if she has, she would know a lot of the things that she spoke of not true, and she would have a better knowledge of what he was saying and wouldn't have said what she said about him, talking about that you can't get a man because you got this or you got that. Let's continue.
Well, if you've gone on my YouTube and you've
Yeah.
been on there consistently, I would say that if you're trying to say that that's all you see, then you're not watching.
Yeah.
That's what I will say is
But let me
some
get
of the things that you do say reminds me of my father.
okay. But back to you. You were saying something. You were back to you saying I'm an established woman and
Establish.
saying that you can't get this. And
No,
so
I didn't say I can't
You
get.
said
no,
he said
that's
that.
what you were saying. That I tell women
Right.
this.
Yes, that you tell.
Yeah, that
well,
your money doesn't matter to a man.
That's
like you
facts.
think it does.
That's not what I was saying.
Okay.
He's saying
You were
that to
saying as
you.
an esthetician, women. I have a lot of friends that have actually moved from my hometown to Atlanta to different LA. Estheticians making makeup artists making good money.
It doesn't matter, man. That can
What I'm saying is you said that.
Hold on. Anecdotal doesn't change. See, just because you know some that make good money doesn't change the numbers. I can show you some of anything.
Right.
I know lots of black men who are millionaires and making six figures or more. Doesn't change the fact that the average black man makes $42,500.
Right. And also the lady needs to know this.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Doesn't change that fact. I deal with facts, figures, statistics, reality. And I asked women, what do you want? And you said one day you would like to be married. And you said you'd like to have children. Okay,
Right.
but in order to have that happen, we all have to date with intention.
That's facts.
That is true.
That's facts.
All right. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant?
Nah, B.
When you're married, do you want to have to go to work?
I really truly enjoy what I do.
That's
I
not
get
what
it.
he asked.
But do you
So-
want to have to go to work?
Have to and wanting to is two different things.
I know.
I guess I don't want to have to.
All right.
That's short answer your
All right.
question.
So if you were married and you had 2 kids, what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
That's a good question.
Oh my.
To be honest with you, I haven't considered that question to give you a solid answer.
Well, if you don't get married and you don't have children, what percentage of the overall family? What percentage of your overall?
Obviously, 100%.
Right.
Well, she's
So
good at math.
if there was a man, a husband, and you had 2 children, what percentage would you want to be responsible for?
I'd say 30%, 20%, 30%.
What you talking about, Willis?
25.
Okay. That's a big gap. 20 and 30 is big. If you're a salesperson,
is.
you know a closing ratio of 20% to 30% is a 50% increase. So already what I'm showing is many women will say they want something, but then when you get down to the details, it gets vague.
That is true.
How can you reach a sales goal if you're just shooting shit without a plan? You got to have a plan. So
You stupid.
And if you want to be able to pay 20 to 30% of the overall family financial load, that means if you stopped working, the family would not be at great risk. Okay, then how much is a man going to need to make to cover a wife, 2 children, him, to provide in the middle class, upper middle class lifestyle? How much is he going to need for 2 kids and a wife?
200,000.
200?
Comfortable. That's not even
200? What city did you say you live in?
I live in North Carolina.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you the city.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
200 is right. 200 is pretty low.
It is.
Okay. I would
I
say
come from an established family. So
that Cosby's apparently.
Okay, so it's fair to say, okay, so to have 2 kids and a wife that doesn't work and to be able to afford to have cars for the 16-year-olds,
but
college.
I don't, my thing is I want to work.
Okay.
Maybe I'm a bit too
You
independent,
want
maybe
to
that's a
work,
very-
but okay, you want to work. But less than 3 minutes ago, you also said you don't want to have to be responsible for more than 20 to 30%. Doesn't matter whether you want to work or not. What matters is once you become a wife and a mother, you don't want the overall financial pressure to be on you like you were a single woman.
Oh, no, he didn't. Miss Peaches?
Here's the thing. I just kind of want to stop there real quickly, and I'm not going to play it for much longer. I'm about to end this real soon. But it's apparent that a lot of women, when it comes to relationships, they don't have it well planned out or mapped out. And when it gets to this, they're just confused and they kind of go around in circles and what they really want and how they're going to go about getting it. And then they get mad when they end up with guys like this.
I'm the mayor of Debonair, and I'm about to be player extraordinaire.
And then they're upset because they got those kind of guys.
For sure.
So those are two different things. So you can be as independent as you want as a single woman. When you get married, you want the pressure to be on him.
Correct.
All right, then how much money is he going to need to keep the family on track to where you can live a middle-class lifestyle, to where the kids can go to college, to where you can travel to more than Disneyland?
Correct.
That's more than $200,000 a year.
It is.
It's about 300, honestly, about 280. Do you want to marry a black man, or do you care what race he is?
I really don't mind.
Okay. Well, the higher up we
Can't
go
say
in the
they mind.
socioeconomic chart, the more race loyal men become.
I agree. In my college classes, there was no black young men.
Okay, well,
I'm just saying. I mean, I know you're running the conversation. I hate to interject.
well,
It's just statistics. They're not. I mean, black women are really. When we look at the statistics as well.
College isn't an indicator. Okay.
College isn't.
College.
But,
hold on. You're taking a conversation somewhere where 72% of the millionaires in this country don't have college degrees.
True.
So college, you're the most college enrolled with the most college debt, but you're still not. Anyway, the point is $280,000. The average black man earns $42,500. The average white man in this country earns $50,000. Where
are you getting your statistics?
The Department of Bureau of Labor Statistics, the CDC, the Department of Health Services. They're out there.
And that's based on census, right?
Yes. The median income.
You already showed nobody did their census when they required census last year, right? I'm not.
Yeah, but people file taxes. So those are other ways for people to know. And most people file taxes. Most people may not fill out the census, but most people file taxes, and they file taxes within the federal and within their state. So there's records of how much the median income in each state is. You can base that on income tax. That's very verifiable for the most part. And again, when you do polls or surveys, there's a control number. And then once you reach that control number, the average doesn't quite move from there. So when you talk about the average number for the state, you take into account, you got the control, and the control stays within that number. That's how you get an average, right? So, yeah, let's go.
Trying to debunk.
Okay, well, let's move on. We got the data. We have. Just because we have just because nobody on 2020 data doesn't change the fact that we have what we have.
Right.
The reality is this: what percentage of men in this country earn over $280,000 a year?
You're right.
What percentage, though?
I would say, I mean, closer to if we 15%.
3.
That's me being generous.
3.
I mean, I understand that.
3.
Everybody's
3, ma'am.
You gotta have some work.
Ma'am.
Have mercy.
This is important. 3%. 3% of men earn that kind of money. 1, 2, 3. Now here's the $64,000 question. You ready?
I'm just trying to set up my phone. My iPad is going to die in just a moment.
All right, have mercy.
Go ahead and get set up.
I apologize. Bear with me. By the way, thank you for letting me on your platform.
Oh, you're welcome. You ready? 3% of men earn $250,000 or more. Okay, now here's a $64,000 question. What do the men who earn that kind of money want from a woman or a wife?
Sipping on wine.
Stability. They want to make sure when they come home, dinner's on the table. They're taking care of everything. They want to make sure they clothes is washed, but that should be a given.
The number one thing most men want from women is cooperation. But the higher up you go, the more standards they have.
Stability.
Standards, stability. But how tall are you?
I am a stallion. I'm 5'10".
Why do women call themselves stallions? I've never understood that. Meg Thee Stallion, you know what a stallion is? A stallion is a male horse. So I'm not quite sure why women call themselves that. It just doesn't make sense. It's a male horse. It's like calling yourself a lion and not a lioness, an emperor and not an empress. So it's just interesting how I don't know if that's by design or by ignorance. I'm not sure. But if anybody knows the story behind that, please add it in the comments. I appreciate it.
Dress size?
Huh?
Dress size?
I'm a 14.
Okay.
Hold on, Kevin. There you go.
You and all your little.
Yeah, I do the same. Do you not?
Told you.
You get the same thing everybody else
It's
gets.
okay.
Okay, man.
told
So
you.
at 5'10", 5'10". Hold on. 5'10".
Don't try me, Kevin.
Oh no.
Hold on. I just had to play it for him. That didn't come out too good on his audio, so I put it on mine. But here's the thing. So it's interesting how this discussion went. I don't know if you remember in the beginning of the discussion that she was having with him, she was sort of downing herself. I mean, she didn't quite directly say it about herself, but she alluded in the conversation that, you know, she wasn't this spectacular looking woman, you know, stuff like that. I just thought it was interesting that she got to this point where she's like, I look good, despite we're in the size 14, but you got no man. You just broke up out of a 4-year relationship. Don't really have a direction where you're going in. So there's something going on with you. And I'm not saying that she looked horrible, but definitely overweight, which doesn't bring you to an 8 or a 9 or a 10. You're average. So what are you looking for that's looking for you?
See, don't tell me what not to do. I've been nothing but. Hold on. Don't you do that.
I was respectful.
Don't you do that. Don't tell me what not to do on my show. I've been polite to you. But it's not my fault that you 5'10" and weigh more than a man at your height.
Did she say I weigh?
I mean, but as a 5 foot, I can see
5'10" and listen, ma'am, 5'10", and I don't care how you carry it or not.
Still
The higher
overweight.
up you go, the more you're not competing with that man. You're competing with the women that are around that man making $250,000 plus. He has options, and most men don't want women that weigh more than them.
Who says I weighed more than him?
You weigh more than a man at your height.
You do.
Who said that? I didn't give you. I gave you my dress size.
I'm an image consultant, dear. I know how much you approximately weigh. We can play games all you want to.
How much do I approximately weigh?
You weigh too much.
Size 14.
You weigh more than 5'10". You should be about
180.
150 pounds, and you lost that back in 9th grade.
When I was 150 pounds, which was in 2016, when I turned vegan, I looked like a crackhead.
Whatever.
Okay.
So the bottom line is the kind of men that earn the kind of money, the bottom line, the kind of men that earn the kind of money you're talking about have options, and they don't want sassy, professional, independent women. They want a different kind and caliber woman, and they have the leverage and the latitude and the time to wait. So it don't matter what your standards are. It matters what the men's standards are. You ladies control access to sex and who gets born. The men control who gets married.
Yeah, how about that? And this is another thing that men don't want.
You gotta bob and weave, bob and use your weave.
And you can clearly see the hair on top of that head is not hers, but let her tell it. She tell you she looked mighty good. All right, but she wants to be real sassy with him at this point. Let's see how far this is. I'm giving it another few minutes, and I'm gonna log off of this. Then she got them ugly eyelashes.
What you often hear me tell women is your income does not matter to the kind of men you want.
Can I interject?
Go ahead.
How dare you?
The only reason why I came up is because you were speaking in regards to estheticians. And the fact that she or whoever it was, I came in third party, so I didn't watch the whole live. But you said that she still didn't make a certain amount of money to obviously attain the man of that status, right?
Nope. That's not why I
Okay.
said it. I said she didn't make enough money. I asked her if she got about $2.9 million to retire. I didn't ask her anything about me.
Oh, okay. So my apologies. See, that's what I said. I came in and I said that.
I asked about retirement.
Okay, my apologies.
So my see, the thing is, many women often put more thought into the kind of lifestyle they want, what they will and will not accept from a man, but you put about that much thought into what you bring to the table and what that man wants.
Not true.
What?
Reason being,
I said many women.
Who told you that?
I didn't say you.
Oh, okay. You said you just now, so
Well,
You in the
Well,
proverbial
okay.
sense. You in the proverbial
Okay,
sense.
let's start with what men consistently say they want: fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. You cannot say you are fit at a size 14.
No.
So that disqualifies so many women in our community right there. And it's the one thing that we can control. It can be controlled more than looks.
that's also what I agree with you on, though.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't ask me what I agree. I said you remind me of my dad, and I began to speak on that. But you said I was changing paces. I agree with you because you can't expect to be, overweight, sloppy, whatever you want to explain it.
But
However
you're
you say,
overweight.
and expect a man to, and that's exactly what the things my father tells me.
But he told you were overweight and you got upset.
You know, this ain't nothing but healthy conversation.
That's all it is. Relax, lady.
Stay healthy, take care of yourself, things of that nature. So I was brought up on that, and like I said, I just was vegan, just lost weight, COVID, being
And
in the
she said
house.
she
I'm not
looked a
gonna lie,
crackhead.
I gained some weight, but it's you'll see me in the gym if you follow me. You'll see me working out. You'll see me. You get what I'm saying? So that's not
I
on the
don't.
present. What you're
I
doing
don't. I
right
don't.
now,
I
you're
don't. I don't
assuming.
get what you're saying, because if you're saying that's the way you were brought up, then how we get to the point to where you got to be in the gym to lose weight?
That's right.
Because people have health problems.
Now you
Women have
got
children.
You don't want, no, no,
Women
no. I
have
said
not
you. Okay,
necessarily
no,
for
no
myself.
disrespect. Hold on, man. We're not talking about all women. We're talking about you saying you. I know the
COVID.
percentage.
I was
Hold
in the
on, hold
house
on. The
ordering
percentage of
stuff
women who
up.
actually have grave disease, thyroid issues, less than 6%. So this thyroid stuff, this is a lack of discipline. And I would tell you that
Stay off the weed.
this lady is something else.
men believe that women show the men of any group what they think the men deserve by their attitude and their fitness level. What is the average woman in our community walking around telling the men that they deserve by their fitness level and their attitude? Not much.
That's facts. That's facts.
So when women come over here and get a dose of reality to say the things that you want for a man, you want, most women say they want to be married with 2 to 3 kids. Most women don't
I
want to
never
have
said
to
I
work.
wanted to be married eventually.
I said most
Most
women
women.
come over here and say they want to be married. Most women want 2 to 3 kids. Most women don't want to have to work to pay significant bills. And most women are average. Yet
Like
they want
her.
above average
That's
lifestyles.
right.
And then most women who earn over $75,000, $80,000 a year still want men who are making what they make and more, and they still may not be average. You have to look the part first for these guys. Men judge women based upon the visuals, then we get to the other stuff. If not, you would see women with millions marrying men on their level. They don't.
Yeah. That's
Look at who
facts.
these women marry. Look at women who who got paper. Do they marry their peers?
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
That's true, because for every Beyonce, you have Rihanna, you have Nicki Minaj, and I guess Cardi B. Those are women who have money that are not with guys that are equally as funded as they are in their lifestyle. So very interesting.
That's what I was just saying to you. Just kind of agreed with me a little
No,
bit.
you didn't.
So the point is,
No, you didn't.
when you say I tell women what they can and cannot have, you're being you're blending a lot of things together.
Yeah.
The problem is, just like men pretty much know the kind of women they qualify for. We know it, and women today really are outside of their scope. They want men that they don't qualify for.
Mm-hmm.
They want men that they're not qualified for.
Right.
So
Wait a
you'll
minute. Hold on. Let
say,
me ask you a question. So do you not think that there are some women who are up here who think that men aren't on her level?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat
Are there
that?
some men that are not on your level that don't qualify for you?
True. Yes.
Okay, so the opposite is also true then, right? There's some men that you don't qualify for.
That's right.
Yes or no? Yes?
Yes. True. I'd say that.
All right, then what did I say that was wrong? There are women who
But
want
when you
men they
say
don't qualify.
like,
You
does
stupid.
it require when you say man of a certain status, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it require, you say my money doesn't necessarily matter, but your main focus in regards to men?
You stupid.
And I'm not being combative. I actually do agree
You
with
are.
a lot with
You
what
are
you're
being
saying.
combative.
Some women may feel like it's negative, and sometimes.
So what do you ask me
hearing
about
that-
men of a certain status?
Right.
Can I just?
Well, I gotta get more
I
people on
understand.
show.
Sometimes hearing that though is not a good thing to take. So
It
staying
is a good
healthy,
thing to say.
taking
It's
care
the
of
truth is
yourself,
always
going back
good to
to
say.
school,
The truth
and
is
doing a
always
great
good to say.
job.
The
But
truth
once
is
you've
always
done all
good to
that,
say. The
you
truth is
still
always
said
good to
there's
say.
what,
Are trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
Exactly.
3%?
The truth is always good to say. Telling women that they can have it all when they can't is a lie. It's not good to lie to women.
Right. Because clearly she can't have her own hair at the top of her head, because we know that ain't it. I've seen a lot of those. That's probably a piece attached to her head, a comb piece or something like that. But yeah, she gonna end up talking about
I'm fighting for my
in a
life.
few years, and then the guy she end up with, she gonna be like,
That's not no dog. That's family.
and she probably gonna buy a dog and die alone.
That's why you would buy a dog and die alone.
That's why we have so many single, unmarried, depressed
That's
women.
facts.
Because you've been told you can have it all and you can't. Life is about choices and trade-offs.
Mm-hmm. And now she's taking it back to herself. You see how she
I
laughed?
don't know why this group of I don't know why this group of women think just because you have a smartphone and the internet that the rules of the world cease for you.
That's fact.
I agree.
Life is about choices and trade-offs. If you're an average looking, average built woman, you're likely gonna get an average man unless you get with one early on and you build up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm overweight and average is what you're saying.
We're talking about most women. You may
No, I'm
ask
talking
about you.
about me now.
Well, for you, you know you're overweight.
Mm-hmm.
But you also
just
said
saying.
you don't
That's
want,
just one
but you
one
do.
thing.
What do you want from what do you want from a man? If you want to be married and you want to have children and you don't want to have to work to pay significant bills and want a man earning a certain amount of money to provide a certain kind of lifestyle, then yes, you're outside of that range based upon your age, your weight. Why is
I
that
don't know
such
why
a
she,
why?
yeah.
Why would a man who has the kind of resources you have choose to skip the 25-year-old dress size 4?
Mm-hmm.
Or why would he not choose to get the younger, fitter version of you? That's what you would do if you had his choices. You'd make that same choice.
I agree.
You'd go for the best you could get.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me you wouldn't go for the best you could get.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes personality, and I know you like to say.
There we go.
Let me just say
there's
something.
the BS.
Wait, let me just say. I work. In my field, and what I do for a living. However, they're right. You get what I'm saying?
I spent 20 years in corporate sales. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, so I get what you mean. I get exactly what you mean, and then when you factor in that he's black, I get what you mean. It's slim pickings, but
what's your point? You're around these guys, so that means what?
I'm showing them off. What I'm saying is I have no issues. Me being a size 14.
Well, let me tell you, let me let you understand how we judge over here. We judge based on weddings. We don't judge in dating, dealing, hooking up, hanging out with. You could be around.
I've been engaged.
I knew she was
We
going to say
don't judge in
that.
that too. I'm sorry. No
I
disrespect.
could've
Hold on.
been there.
Stop. Remember when I said the black women are the engagement queens? We don't count
I know
engagements.
she's
We
going to
count
say
weddings.
that twice.
Right. I
So
get it.
being engaged means nothing. If a
Right.
man doesn't drop to one knee in public and present a ring of significant carriage and propose to you, it don't matter. And if you don't carry your ass down the aisle and get the certificate, it's nothing.
I knew she was going to say twice.
Women
then
can
what
hold
if
on,
you're in a
man. I
marriage
want to
that
be
you don't wanna
clear. I want to be clear. Women often mistake the fact that they can deal with high value men as you can get one. That is not the same. High value men are men. They will smash a woman they were married. They'll smash their chick that's passed out behind the garbage can. They'll do both. They're men.
When you say smash, sir, I think you're assuming that women just give it up. I've been
I'm not gonna get down hung in the weeds.
What I'm saying,
I don't care, ma'am. Bottom
bottom
line is this. This is where it starts getting out. Bottom line, you ask me a question. You can be around these men. It doesn't matter. Be around them. You don't. Their wives are they your height and your weight and your age when they are at that level? No.
My height, my weight, and my
Now,
age.
do you see men at the level you're talking about choosing to go out and pick women who are in their mid-30s who weighs more than the man? No, they
I'm not
don't.
in my mid-30s and I don't
Well,
weigh more
what
than
the
man.
point is thank you.
Yeah, so she wanted to argue semantics. I'm going to leave it alone right there because this is where it seems to be going around in circles. She certainly didn't want to be wrong. And guess what? I've always learned that you leave ignorant people where they are. You never go down to their level. And he's never going to be able to convince her of anything beyond what she agreed with him on. So clearly, she began to take it very personal. And it turned left. So with that being said, it is time for the braces. Relationship braces. Bringing hearts together, one heart at a time. 30-year-old lady with the weave ponytail on top of Bob or whatever that is on the top of her head. If you're looking for love, what is it that I can offer you to find that person and settle down and get married? Well, here's the thing. Again, if I were looking at her, if she was interested in me, that makeup job would definitely be a problem. I think a lot of times women, they say that they're being attractive for themselves. And often they are being attractive for themselves because men are not interested in those things. She has a lot of makeup on. She has her hair greased onto her scalp. And then she has that piece that's attached to the top of her head that we already know is fake. She has her eyebrows painted on, not painted on, but, she's using some kind of filler to fill in her eyebrows. And she has the fake lashes. So I don't know how you get a quality man that way, but if you're looking for a quality man, as I always say, week in and week out, you got to be willing to communicate. You got to be willing to humble yourself for the sake of happiness and love or whatever it is that you're looking for. Can't be you that hasn't been working up to today and expect it to change the outcome for tomorrow. And those are the braces. All right, folks. I'm sorry we didn't watch the whole entirety, but I try not to keep you guys long. It's already been about 40 minutes now. So with that being said, this is Jonathan St. James. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, the Truth is Still Straight podcast. I am out.